Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my first ever review of an R-rated motion picture here on the YouTube channel. Like I said, I am a little nervous about trying new things to expand my content, but I'm more than willing to give you guys a review of a movie that is widely considered by both critics and audiences alike to be the best movie of all time, won 3 Oscars for Best Sound Mixing, Best Film Editing, and Best Supporting Actor from my boy J.K. Simmons, Mr. J. Jonah Jameson himself from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. And a movie that has this much critical acclaim than I can even imagine. Well, enough beating around the bush. Let's see what the whole fuss was about for this movie, shall we? Yo, what is up, my Cinedroids? G to the S here. Today, I'm going to be reviewing a movie that is considered to be the most well-acclaimed movie of all time, starring, like I mentioned earlier, J.K. Simmons, and also Bradley Bradshaw from Top Gun Maverick himself, Miles Teller, Whiplash, based off of a short film of the same name about a guy named Andrew Neiman, played by, like I mentioned earlier, Miles Teller, a 19-year-old jazz drummer who is determined to rise to the top of the country's most elite music conservatory. Plagued by the failed writing career of his father, Andrew hungers day and night to become one of the greats. Terrence Fletcher, played like I mentioned earlier by J.K. Simmons as well, an instructor equally known for his teaching talents as for his terrifying methods, leads the top jazz ensemble in the school. Fletcher discovers Andrew and transfers the aspiring drummer into his band, forever changing the young man's life. Andrew's passion to achieve perfection quickly spirals into obsession as the ruthless teacher continues to push him to the brink of both his ability and his sanity. Now, first off, I just want to mention this one big important thing that makes this movie so special out of the way first, before I start narrowing down the basic details of this movie, like I always do. But the performances of J.K. Simmons and Miles Teller in this movie are the true highlights, in my opinion. Now, yeah, sure, Miles Teller did not win the Oscar this year for his performance, and I feel like that he sure does deserve the award as well. But J.K. Simmons' performance in this film, though, holy crap! Was he terrifying to watch. And I mean that in the best way. His performance as Terrence Fletcher was next level. In terms of character development, the way he plays a verbally abusive teacher has this nightmarish effect that even when you see him walk in the room, your heart is pounding with anxiety. He's that talented of an actor. I won't go too much into detail about his character because it would be considered a spoiler, but all I have to say is that the careful direction coaching from some guy named Davian Chazelle was some of the best I've ever seen in a movie. Keep up the great work, my dude. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get to the main basics here, shall we? As always, the camera work and cinematography looks amazing to watch in this movie. And I heard that they shot this movie in about 20 days. So let me get this straight. All it took is that they filmed this movie on location, granted in LA, but it was shot with no green screen, no basic movie set, and they edited this movie as quickly as possible to get this movie out to the public. In terms of execution, I say they managed to get this movie done perfectly. Just the quick editing techniques that they do is amazing. It's no wonder why this movie earned the Oscar for Best Film Editing that year. Keep up that streak, guys. Now, when it comes to the film's story and plotline, like I said, the whole concept of a teacher verbally and mentally abusing a gifted student and pushing him to become the greatest jazz musicians in the world is not only intense, but it's also something never done before in film. Now, of course, this is a Blumhouse film, so expect some unnerving tension throughout the course of the film. Now, granted, it's not a horror movie. It doesn't have any cheap jump scares that you see in most horror films. But when the dramatic tension does happen, it's so personal. And I felt the weight of Miles Teller's character being this student who just trains himself to the point of insanity. study to become a great drummer in his class. And he's just not earning the approval of Terrence Fletcher at all. And as an audience member, you feel for him throughout the whole film. You can tell that he's super passionate about playing the drums. In fact, he just loves doing it so much that he's willing to give up anything else important in his life to achieve that goal, and he's not afraid to do it at all. So with that said, kudos to the writers at Sony Pictures Classics for developing Neiman as a sympathetic character who is determined to reach his ultimate goal no matter what happens. He's willing to kill himself to play for this band. That is what I call dedication right there. So if I have anything negative to say about this film, it would be impossible, because I cannot find anything that detracts from the story or what bogged the film down. The movie is close to near perfection for me. In the end, Whiplash was a thought-provoking movie with great cinematography, memorable characters, intense, frightening moments, even ones that got my hair standing, and insane, fast-paced editing. In short, congratulations to both J.K. Simmons and Miles Teller for delivering phenomenal performances all across the board. And as a result, I rate Whiplash a solid 5 out of 5 stars. If you have not the chance, please do so. See if it's either streaming somewhere or get the 4K Blu-ray for yourself and watch it. I highly recommend it, guys. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. So Whiplash, have you seen it? If you haven't, again, watch this film. It was super intense. But for those of you who have, come back and let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Also, if you like this video and you want to see some more, make sure that like button shines in your face. That'll totally help me out a ton. Also, share it with your family and friends and favorite it. That's a very good way to show support for this review. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell right next to you so you can be notified of future videos that I have in store for you. Also, if you want a shout out in a future video, just follow me on Instagram and I will choose one of my Cinedroids to be displayed as a shout out. The link's in the description below. Also, I set up a Patreon page for you guys where you don't have to do this if you don't want to. I understand. But if there's a rare chance that you are interested in doing so, there will be a link in the description so that way you can visit my page and gain access to up to 4 membership tiers. On my page, I post reviews a week early before you get to see them posted on this channel. I'm also planning to do movie/TV show episode reactions on my page and a whole variety of content on my page as well. So if that's your cup of tea, go to the link below, become a patron, and let's get to know each other a bit more. Also, if you want to subscribe to my gaming channel, there's either a link in the description or at the icon card at the top right corner of your screen. Go over there, subscribe, and let's just have fun together. Also, if you want to subscribe to my regular channel, there will be a link in the description so that way you can go to that channel and watch those reviews as well. Show that channel some love. It really helps out a lot. But until then, I'll see you next time. Peace out.